What's up, Seth? How are you? Welcome to Nashville Block Party.
I'm happy to be here. I'm not bad. Doing good. I'm in Columbus right now.
Okay, I love the shirt, by the way.
Yeah, not bad. A little floral action.
Do
Trying to go outside the box.
What brand is it? We might have to do a swipe up on that.
Yeah. All Saints. All Saints shirt.
Fat,
I've
fat
had it for a few years now.
Seth Jones, hockey player and future fashion blogger in the house.
Yeah.
How
Yeah, seriously.
have you been, dude? It's been a minute.
I know. I haven't been too bad. Just the hockey season going on and trying to figure all life out outside the rink with all this crazy stuff happening. But
Yeah,
hasn't been too bad. I'm healthy and my family's healthy, so that's all I can ask for.
that is good stuff, and I can tell that it's hockey season because you have a hint of a Canadian accent.
I I'm from Texas, but somehow I picked up a Canadian accent.
Yeah, you. I
I don't
feel
know
like
how
when
that
you're
happened.
playing around the guys, you get a little A and a little, about time.
100%. 100%.
So how is
100%. I say a boot.
about time, eh?
Yeah.
So so you are we'll give a little background. Used to play for the Nashville Predators. How many years were you here in Nashville?
I was there 2.5 years
Okay.
in Nashville. Yeah.
And then from Nashville right to Columbus, right? Or was there a stop in between?
Right. Yeah. No, right to Columbus. I was there. The Nashville drafted me when I was 19. Then played there pretty much through that contract, those 3 years, 2.5 years. Then traded here to Columbus and signed a 6 year deal here. So I'm on my fifth year this year. And then next year I'll be, yeah, next year's last year of my deal. So
So
that'll be a big next summer.
big year this year and next year for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It'd be a lot of decisions to be made. So let's see what happens.
Right, nice. How do you like Columbus compared to Nashville? I know they're both great cities, a lot of fun.
Hmm.
What was the biggest change, I guess, between the two for you?
Biggest change would probably be, I mean, just the Broadway scene, the downtown scene of Nashville. There's Ohio State's here, so they do have that campus life. Um, so when I got traded, I was 21, turning 22. So that was kind of all about me. And then now I'm 26 and trying to grow up. So I'm not really on campus anymore. Um,
Did you
but
did you try to like pledge a frat when you moved there? See if like they'd let a non-student go Sigma Chi or something?
absolutely not. Absolutely not. um, um, but I found myself down there a little bit, and it was a lot of fun. We had a young team, and yeah, we're all growing up now, I think.
It is so funny too to hear that because I mean I knew you from back in the Preds days and like I even look back at like the guys on the Preds now and I mean I remember when you were
Hmm.
here and everyone was young and everyone was living the life and having fun and now I mean there's only a handful of guys left I know here and they have
I know.
kids and they're like in their 30s and it's like
I
what
know.
happened like
It,
you blink.
it's crazy how quick it changes. Yost and Eki, they're having kids, and they were young when I was there at Nashville. I was even younger than them. So it's funny how times change.
Yeah,
Even here in Columbus, from my first year, the guys that were here to the fifth year, it's crazy. Everyone's got girlfriends now, and um, times change for sure.
yeah, I always used to say, God, I wish more of the guys were single because then I had tickets to the game. As soon as they all started
Yeah,
getting wiped up and having kids, there were no extra tickets left, and I actually had to buy them myself.
exactly. Priorities.
Right? Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
So tell us about one thing I've noticed kind of watching hockey recently is you know. And I know Columbus is a great place, and obviously, I'm biased, but Nashville's the best arena in the game. But like, what's it like for you guys playing in kind of quiet arenas?
It's been strange to say the least. We did it in the playoffs last year in Toronto, and that was a little different because it was the playoff atmosphere, that vibe kind of. But then this regular season's been crazy. We had no fans, and um, it's kind of hard to gain momentum when you're playing at home, and it's just kind of all over the place. It feels like a scrimmage kind of. But now, actually, this past week, Columbus has 20. We had 2,800, and then last night we actually had 48 to 4,900 fans.
Oh, that's kind of a lot.
So about 25% almost, and um, yeah, so we're excited. The governor here is kind of trying to push it forward for us to get
Nice.
fans back. So
So like, I mean, obviously back in the day, like a full arena is like 16,000. If in 2019-18, you had 4,500 fans in the arena. It would feel like, like a scrimmage. But now compared to zero, can you kind of feel it?
Oh yeah, for sure. You can feel the energy. Like last night, a couple goals. There's actually fans cheering. Like it feels like you're accomplishing something out there, or a big hit, or a big save by our goalie. There's actual emotion in the arena.
Right.
It's not just like everyone's just dead. And so yeah, it was great. We hold about 18 to 20,000 now, so we're looking forward to getting that number back up there. Hopefully by the end of the year.
Nice. And so the craziest thing is, and I was joking with these guys here before, I'm like, I've known you for, I guess now it's been 6 years, and I'm like the worst at like knowing like statistics or facts. And I was like, I'm going to actually Wikipedia Jonesy before he goes on. So like I have actual
I wonder what
details.
that thing says about me.
I did not look at the personal life section, just the professional section. I was worried about the personal life, but you were in the last 4 All-Star games?
Yeah.
Very impressive.
So I made the last 4. Yeah, not bad. I had some pretty good seasons and got lucky and found myself there. So it was great experiences.
Well, the last one must have been kind of boring because it was during COVID, right? Or was there not one?
No, we don't have one this year.
That's right.
Last year we had one, but it was before COVID, I think, and it was in January in St. Louis. So Yost was down there. Ate dinner with him and Webbs, and that was pretty fun this past year. My first one was in LA 4 years ago. And then I missed the Tampa one because I had the flu that year, but I went somewhere else and I can't remember right now. Crap.
And LA was the one right after Nashville.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
you were playing here though when they had it in Nashville, right?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yes, I was.
That was an unbelievable weekend when.
Oh yeah. Crazy. It's kind of like, huh?
Oh no, go ahead.
It's kind of like, downtown's just buzzing. You got Broadway. I mean, the fans can go into the arena, go out to the stage or something, and have a good time. And it's kind of like CMT Fest or whatever the CMA, what's that weekend
CMT,
there?
CMA Fest.
CMA, same difference.
Yeah,
same difference.
I think back in the day, 10 years ago, we called it like Music Fest or something, and now it's CMA Fest, and it's all corporate. And I mean, still great.
Exactly.
Don't be mad at me, CMA. It's still great, but it used to be a little better back in the day. And I remember that All-Star game. I have to give myself credit. I think I threw the best party of All-Star weekend. I think you were there at Citizen. We had like that little back room.
I was. That was awesome.
We had some hosts. We had a good time. So back in your Nashville days, we like to talk about all things Nashville and give people recommendations. What were your go-to places? What were your favorite restaurants, bars? Where do you recommend for all the bachelorette parties coming to town as, the world starts getting back to normal?
Yeah, I haven't been there, been out in a while there. But, I used to be more of a Midtown, like, winners, losers. I know Kung Fu's there now. Some of the places that I used to go to, like South, closed down. That was kind of like the go-to spot when I was 19 or 21. Sorry.
R.I.P. South. That place was awesome. For those of you who don't know,
that was unbelievable place. And where was that place? We always used to go down all the way by the river.
Acme.
So we go Acme and then we go south. Yeah, that was kind of our thing.
So that was right before Broadway kind of blew up and it became, it was quasi bachelor party. And that's when we started going downtown. So for those of you who are kind of newer to Nashville, since Nashville's been, the place to come before, like Whiskey Row, Luke Bryan's, Aldean's, all those were there. It was the old school honky tonks. And then Acme kind of started the rage right on.
Yep. Yeah, and now it's like FGL House is awesome.
Yeah,
I love that place. Yeah, you said Whiskey Row. My restaurants, I would probably say, can't go wrong with M Street.
Yep.
I love Rago, good sushi. Moto's great Italian. Trying to think where else I've been in Nashville for restaurants.
Well, I've only been
to the Southerner.
Yep, the Southern downtown is another great
Southern's
place.
Not bad.
So I've only been to Columbus once. What recommendations do you have for Columbus for people kind of going there? I know Preds fans like to go on the road and see some games. Where do people go there? What's the hot areas? Where are the good places?
You have High Street, so it's kind of like our version of Broadway, I guess you'd say.
I'm sure it's
so you have all the restaurants. Which, yeah, all the restaurants, all the bars. So Pine House is a great bar. Good music, kind of chill vibes. Depends on what time of the year. There's a lot of great patios too. Callahan's a good patio to go to. That's close to the rink.
Nice.
There's a Jeff Ruby's here, which is a great steakhouse. One in Nashville too, I believe.
We got one
So there's one
tremendous.
here.
Yes, good
Yeah,
place.
so it's one of the better steakhouses here. Some pretty good Italian places, but everything's relatively close to the arena.
Nice.
So if you stay around there, it's pretty easy to get places.
So, okay, again, another one of the other things, we like to talk sports, we like to talk travel, we like to talk Nashville. So you've been now in the league for quite a bit of years. Let's put, the current environment aside with, rules and regulations. But before that, what would be your 3 favorite cities to play on the road? Always curious about that because NHL has some different cities than, football and, some more unique cities. And I think some of those sneaky ones, especially some of the Canadian ones, must be good times.
For sure. I would probably say Montreal. Their building is one of my favorite. Chicago, I love the city, love the building. A lot of great atmospheres every time you play there. Kind of depends on what day of the week, I guess, for some other places. Nashville's obviously a great one. You guys, I mean, it's completely different from when I played there till now. I think the organization did a great job of making the games a lot more engaging, and the in arena announcing is great in Nashville as well. Like when someone takes a penalty or something, I forget what they chant now. Like just things like that weren't there that make the experience awesome.
And
Vegas is another one that's awesome. Fang Fingers, yeah. Vegas is a great one.
Oh, you all probably celebrated the minute they got a team. Everybody in the league was probably like, "Cheers!"
Oh yeah,
Vegas.
The first thing you do, you looked at the schedule. When are we in Vegas?
Yeah, right. Is it on a Saturday? Please.
Oh yeah, Saturday, stay the night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a game not till Tuesday. Get an extra night at Hakkasan, pop some bottles, win a game.
Exactly.
See the chain smokers.
Lose a bunch of money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lose your game check. Lose your game check. That's awesome.
Exactly.
So like, a funny thing. I think I've told you this, but I don't know if you remember this. But at when you guys played the Blackhawks in the playoffs against the Preds, I sat next to your dad.
Really?
In the stands. Yes.
I don't remember you telling me that.
Yes.
Was that in 2014, I think?
It had to be. It was not the year.
Yeah.
They lost the series. I think they lost that game. I went and I was sitting there. I think Roman got me the tickets. So I was in the family section. And
yeah,
I showed up to that arena in yellow pants and a Fang Fingers t-shirt, and it did not go over well. I think I went with Kyle Long, so nobody could really beat me up because he was a large man. Kyle, if you're listening, thank you for protecting me. But we were in the stands, and there was a guy next to me, and we started chatting, and it turned out I'm pretty sure it was your dad. We talked about it. I'm not pretty sure. I didn't ask for a DNA test. He told me he was your dad. And
it's probably like, who's this crazy guy? And they all yellow next to me.
That's right. But I was between two men that nobody was going to mess with me at that game, so I was able to be. Sadly, I don't think I had much to be obnoxious about. I don't think it was the best game, if I remember correctly, but it was a good time. And you're right, that Blackhawks environment is awesome. So next topic. So where do you live in the off season, and what do you kind of, besides obviously when you start training again, what do you like to do, outside of hockey in the off season?
Yeah, so I'm in Dallas in the off season. My mom is there. And my younger brother is there. So me and him train together. My mom obviously wants us back there in Dallas in the summer, so she doesn't get to see us too much during the season.
She's orchestrating a trade to the Stars as we speak.
Exactly. She's not telling me about it too. She's probably going directly to the organization. But yeah, so I mean, it's in the summer. I love to play golf. It's just so hot in Dallas sometimes that I don't. But I have to go early in the morning, usually before my workouts, and so that's big for me. I don't know. I just kind of like to lay back, relax, and whether I hit a pool or try different restaurants, things like that.
You a big travel guy? You like to take vacations when you get time off?
I do. I usually take one right after the season.
For
a couple weeks.
Where's your number one? Where do you go to regularly, and where's the favorite place you've been?
Oh man, Favorite place I've been, usually it's like with a bunch of guys at the season. So last couple of years we went to the Bahamas. We'll do a couple nights in Miami, then we'll go to the Bahamas for a couple nights. That's awesome. Last year we actually there was like 14 or 15 of us. The day after we lost, we took a flight to Nashville for one night. So we had a roommate with one of the guys. We went out for one night in Nashville, went to like FGL or things like that, Whiskey Row. Flew back the next morning just to get a night after the season. I love Hawaii. Like Maui's great. It's just kind of far.
Have you
been to
done
Cabo a few times?
Have you done Waikiki or just Maui?
Just Maui.
Okay.
Just Maui.
I need to do that. I did Hawaii for the first time this past Christmas break. And, with the COVID restrictions and stuff, it was like you just kind of pick one destination so you don't have to get tested again and all that stuff. But I did Waikiki and I totally got the Hawaiian vibe. It was such a cool place just so far. It was like...
Yeah, that's the problem. It's a whole day of travel.
Yeah.
Your whole day's done.
You literally could get to Paris about the same amount of time as you get to Waikiki. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, though. You mentioned two places that are some of the best, Cabo and Miami. They had an All-Star game down there in like where the Panthers play? I know they're up in Lauderdale, but still, or wherever they are.
I don't think so. Yeah, they're in the Sunrise. It's like 30 minutes west of Fort Lauderdale inland. I don't think they have had an All-Star game. Now that I think about it.
And when you go there,
but I love going. We love going down there and playing, of course.
Oh God, yeah. I've been down there. I guess I was down there half of January, just going on South Beach, and it was like, honestly, it was very normal. Things were open. It was quite a bit of fun. It was. I mean, I went to college there, so I'm a Miami guy, and
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I went to the U. Flip it up. When I go there, it kind of the Jersey Miami comes back in me, and like the beach. They got a great one hotel in Baoli, and
great hotel. The one. Love that place.
We're getting one in Nashville.
Oh really?
Nashville.
I know you're getting a Four Seasons too, right?
We're getting a Four Seasons residence. They're almost done with the W in the Gulch, and we are getting a one hotel right kind of between Broadway and Demumbrian, which. I mean, I just was back the other day driving by and I saw a sign for the one and I was like, I remember.
The convention center?
Kind of, yeah. Like, so, like that Demumbrian part. So, like, is it 8th and Demumbrian?
Yeah, 8th or 6th.
Yeah.
8th.
Like that kind of main intersection right there. I was like, God, I remember 10 years ago, I was like, could we get, like, can we have the Hilton renovated? That would have made me happy in 2005. Now it's like
the Omni was like the best thing going.
Oh, dude, when they opened that Omni, everybody in Nashville thought like, oh my God, and it's, thank you people.
It's like
the
a
Omni.
Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Actually, that's probably next. Yeah, and right by the Four Seasons, there's a new place. What's it called? Hampton Social, which is next time you're in town. The brunch spot, the place to be, the Sunday Fun Day spot. All
I saw them build a massive rooftop at the beginning of Broadway on the left side. If you're going like down Broadway, very beginning.
Oh yeah,
like the left side is like a whole rooftop thing on the left.
Yes,
like 100 yards. It looks like.
Yep. There's Nudies with the longest rooftop in town, and then they just opened 5th and Broadway with like bougie shopping and restaurants, and like it's gonna have a supper club. It honestly, and then you have like Amazon building headquarters and. New Grand Hyatt. It literally, like, when you come back, you're going to be like, dude,
it's crazy.
And I love it, and it's great, and these guys can attest, but it has lost a little of its charm. Like, I love Nashville, always love Nashville, but it's now gotten. I think when you were here, it was the prime years because we still had like the places where the locals could escape, and
I agree.
Bothered.
Yeah, that's what. Every time I come back, it just seems like it's more and more busy, and they're just building everything, and it's not. It used to be more of a small city feel, and I feel like it's kind of growing into a medium city feel, or a, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
very, very touristy.
That's a good way to describe it. It's like a medium city with parts of it like downtown that are almost like a big city where they're just so packed and you can't drive through and whatever. And the other thing that just made me think about was during Seth's days. So back in the day, they've been retired now. We used to do a Block and White party every year, which was the Block Agency, theblockagency.com. Thank you.
Plug it.
Plugging myself. That if you're listening and don't know that, that's a bigger problem than me having to plug it.
Yeah.
But we used to throw that party every year, and everyone would get dressed up. And I swear to God, Jonesy was one of the people that I always texted to see like their game schedule, and so we would always try to have the black and white party on a night that they played either a Thursday or a Saturday and had a couple of days off, so they were allowed to come down, be responsible adults, but post game and not have a 6 a.m. practice the next morning. So no one from the front office would call and yell at me. We make sure we're very professional. But those were great times, and I got to thank Seth. He was one of our big supporters and always came out. We actually raised money for charity and stuff.
Yeah, we did. I mean, I had a great time every time I went. It was awesome.
And I think I noticed
it was nice to get away from hockey,
That's right. And that was, I will say, and I'd love to hear your kind of opinion on this, and I'm sure in other cities it's somewhat similar, but I feel like Nashville, the one thing about our city with kind of the athletes, whether it's the Titans or the Preds or even some of the musicians, you guys are really able to live a normal life and tend to make a lot of friends outside of the team. I mean, with your teammates or with the other musicians, but I feel like when I talk to players that have kind of gone to other cities, they're welcoming, but it's a little more at arm's length that, people in Nashville are just like a different breed.
I agree 100%. And then I kind of got the same feeling here in Columbus. It's, they start to recognize you. Say you're going out to dinner with, 3 of the guys, you get a table, people will come up, but they give you your privacy at the same time. They're not always asking for pictures or autographs mid-dinner, or, they'll just come up and say, great game last night. And that's the feeling I got in Nashville as well. Keep up the good work, and then they'll let you be, and have a nice dinner. And they don't, keep it going on and on and on, because I'm sure they understand, that we want to just be like normal people, just like everyone else.
Right.
So that's one thing I did appreciate in Nashville, and I do appreciate here in Columbus as well.
That's pretty cool. And then, so what else do you have going on off the ice? I've seen you do some kind of endorsement stuff on the gram and kind of work for some companies and stuff, kind of blowing up that Instagram. I like it.
Yeah. Trying to build the brand, I guess. It's about that time. So I got a deal with mortgage company, and I was able to be in a commercial that shot after the Super Bowl. Or in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl this year, which was absolutely unbelievable experience. I'd never thought in a million years I would be in a Super Bowl commercial, but I guess dreams come true. I've also been in doing a little bit thing with corn, so it's like a meatless chicken, I guess.
Oh,
I'm not vegan, or I'm not a vegetarian, but these are actually not bad little snacks, and I don't mind cooking with them every once in a while.
Wait, and what are they?
I'll never give up a steak, but
what are they? Because I'm the same way. I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but every once in a while I like to kind of indulge because I feel like it's healthy, and even if I'm lying to myself, it makes me feel better.
Yeah, 100%. So it's called Corn, Quorn.
Okay.
So that's the brand. It's kind of like Impossible Beef or Beyond Burgers, things like that, but it's the chicken version. So they have like ground chicken, they have chicken nuggets. That's what I like. And you just load them with ketchup or something, and they're actually not too bad.
There you go. I like that.
But yeah, I did a little thing with them, and just little stuff, But those are probably my 2 main ones right now that I'm doing. I have also actually a CBD company, Uncle Bud's Hemp and CBD. I'm working with them. They've got some pretty big names on there, and Magic Johnson just joined that, so he's kind of trying to get him in with the Lakers, and trying to get our products over in China as well at the moment.
Oh, very cool.
And keep growing it.
As somebody who lives part-time in Colorado, I know all about CBD and also the next level. Yeah, I'm going to plead the fifth on what that next level is, but when you live when you live in Denver, it's like Walgreens on every corner. So one more thing I'll ask is, I saw it and it was really cool, but tell us about kind of doing the Super Bowl commercial, and did you know when you shot it that it was going to air in the Super Bowl, or did they kind of decide after, or was it like intended for the Super Bowl? And what was it? So people can go back and watch it.
It was intended for the Super Bowl. So they came to, Guaranteed Rate is the mortgage company. They're based out of Chicago. and they came to my agency, looking for a player to represent them and be in a couple commercials they were doing, and my name came up, and so I had a few Zoom calls with them. They were great people. Met them over the summer, and then so I ended up signing me, wanted to work with me. They came to Columbus a week before training camp this year. I did an 8-hour photo shoot on the ice all day, had my skates on all day, and got some pretty good footage. And then they told me it was going to air during the Super Bowl, and it actually aired during a college football bowl, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Sorry.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. And so that was pretty cool as well. So I think they're going to come out with a few more versions of the commercial throughout the year for the NHL to play. But yeah, Guaranteed Rate, if you want to look it up.
And I just want to give a shout out to all our actors and models, that how he was able to say that their job is not as easy as it seems. Long 8, sometimes 10, 12-hour days, lots of takes, a little more, not as easy as people think it is, and pretty tedious.
100%.
Pretty tedious too.
Yeah. I mean, they're very particular on what they want. If I don't do it, I mean, we're doing it again.
You're doing it again.
Until I do it, You're doing it again. I mean, it is what it is.
People don't realize what goes into making a 60-second or 30-second commercial, that, you're working for 8-10 hours to get 30 seconds that are going to air. And there's probably so much you shot that you were like, oh, that was awesome, I nailed that. And then you watch the commercial and you're like, oh, they didn't use that either.
100%. I feel like the best ones they don't use. You're like, oh, I look pretty good there.
Did you have a body double? Did you have a body double?
No.
Oh, you did?
I did. No. It was a lot of me skating as fast as I can to the camera and stopping, spraying the snow.
Okay.
But the snow's got to be perfect. It can't hit the lens. It's got to, just little things, that would mess up a shot that I had to do. So.
And there's people's jobs who it is to make sure that the snow hits perfect and the angles.
Oh yeah. The lighting, they're carrying the big, what are they, the aluminum looking things around, and it's a lot that goes into it for sure. I get the fake, what do you call it? The fake sweat. So they'll spray bottle my face and then looks like I'm leaking. You know what I mean? Things like that.
You're like, I promise I don't really sweat this much. It's just, it's just for TV. I'm not some weird sweater when I'm on the ice.
Exactly.
Well, okay. One last question to go, because you made me think of that. And I remember having this conversation with one of the guys before. How many pounds a game in sweat do you think you lose with all that equipment every game?
Oof. I'm usually around 3 to 5 pounds after a game. So I usually weigh in before the game and I'll weigh in after the game. And I usually lose about 3 to 5 pounds during the game. So try to hydrate after.
And you gain it back by the next day.
Yeah, I mean, you get a big dinner in because you don't really eat that much on game day as well. So, I eat a small breakfast, eat lunch at noon, and then I don't eat till 10:30.
Wait, you guys, I never knew that. You eat at noon, and then I literally have to eat every 3 hours. And I'm not athletic.
If I'm not playing, if I wouldn't be playing a game that day, I would be starving. I wouldn't be able to make it till 10. But for some reason, I don't know why. So I eat around 11:30 to noon lunch.
Oh my God.
And then for a 7 o'clock game.
I mean, I guess that way you don't get cramps.
10. Yeah, you don't get cramps. You just don't feel full, I could crush a plate of pasta at 4 and then play at 7. I'd feel massive.
Fair. Well, that's probably why I do feel massive all the time, because I crush that plate of pasta 4 times a day with some sauce and some cheese, and not just pasta.
Some Alfredo sauce.
Yeah, little penne vodka. Well, dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing this. It was good to catch up. Good luck this season. I won't say who your next game is, because we don't want people knowing when we recorded this, because it'll probably drop in a couple weeks. So we're going to leave the timestamp out, but we appreciate it, man. And I just say thank you. And, hopefully you'll be playing in Nashville soon and we can get together and this whole pandemic thing is over so we can hang out like normal human beings.
For sure. Thanks for having me on the show.
Awesome, dude. Take care.
All right. See you, Bob.
Later. Bye.